Welcome to The Real Review, sponsored by Parametric and Lazy Ape Studios, where you get some of the latest happenings, real thoughts, and perspectives in the world of film and television. This is our coming soon and news segment, where we talk about basically all the films that are coming soon and releasing within the next few days, and also discuss some film news. But I think today, Matt, right? We don't really have any news, do we?
Not a lot of news, no.
But there are a ton of films
I know
that are coming out. So we've got lots to talk about there.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So, Matt, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man.
Doing good? Yeah. Nice.
Doing good. How about yourself?
Doing all right.
I'm getting ready to go see Beauty and the Beast, dude.
You are?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Tale as old as time.
My favorite song from that, by the way, was probably...
The Gaston song?
Yes.
No.
Absolutely. I thought it was great. So, cool. Well, then, why don't we just get right into talk about films?
Let's dive in, man.
Some opening this week films. So, first film we're going to talk about today, we've got 4, is a film called Life.
Yes, and it's not about a box of cereal called Life.
No, but I would like to see that film.
That would be interesting.
I'm more of a Cinnamon Life guy. Have you have a preference?
Whatever. If it makes me feel full, then good.
There you go. So, this film synopsis is: an international space crew discovers life on Mars. It's directed by Daniel Espinosa. It stars a number of people, but the top 3 we have listed here is Rebecca Ferguson, Ryan Reynolds, and Jake Gyllenhaal. So, right. Matt, what are your suspicions, excitements for this film?
Excitement level for this film is I feel like abnormally a little higher than I feel like I would typically go for it.
Yes.
I think it's just hitting, because I am a suspense horror thriller fan, it's hitting those notes. It feels like Alien. It feels like the first Alien, you know?
It does, yeah. It definitely has some elements of that kind of suspense. What are we going to do to fight off this opposing threat that we have no power over?
There's a lot of cool visuals in the trailers. I like all the talent involved with it. Mm-hmm. Anything now with Jake Gyllenhaal, I'm usually going to be on board with, because I feel like he hasn't done a lot of really terrible things.
No, Persian. What was it?
Well, that's not recent. That's Prince of Persia. That's not recent.
That was kind of like his worst one. Then he went into doing this kind of recent season of just really good movies.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler,
Prisoners.
Yeah. So I agree.
Yeah. So I would say it's high. Honestly, I'm excited to see it. The Red Band trailer dropped within the last couple of weeks or so, and it just kind of added to that heightened tension that I have kind of with this. And yeah, man, I'm kind of pumped for this. What are your thoughts?
So I'm pumped too. There's some obvious parallels between this and like Alien.
Yeah.
It looks like almost a modern day reinterpretation of Alien or something. Yeah. But I think I'm guessing that they had to do something different with it, because it's getting some pretty good ratings and everything, and they obviously can't make a completely derivative type film in order for it to be successful. In a way, even if it was just kind of a modern day setting version of Alien, with really good casting and really good cinematography and really good acting and special effects and action, I'd still be happy.
Yeah.
But I'm not expecting it to be exactly that. I'm thinking with this one, it appears that they're definitely holding some cards close to their chest, that you're not getting like quite the full picture.
Yeah.
Because it can't just, I would hope, be as simple as a bunch of people on a spaceship discover a dangerous alien and they all try and not die.
So this could maybe fall into having some news items. There's a thing on Reddit going around saying that this could be like a prequel to Venom, as in like Venom from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it kind of has that vibe a little bit. It's just a fan theory, definitely speculation. I think that's been squashed since.
Yeah.
But
be kind of cool.
I'm going to make a call right now, because they're trying to like make sure it doesn't get back to Earth. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because it destroyed all life on Mars, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a call that everybody dies.
Everybody on the spaceship.
Everybody dies.
Everybody on Earth or everybody's spaceship?
No, everybody on the spaceship dies.
Everybody's spaceship dies. Yeah. I'll probably agree with you there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Everybody's going to be pulling a Rogue One to sacrifice themselves for the greater cause of the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they spin that.
Yeah.
I mean, because they've kind of made it look like this thing that can almost get in your body at times, sort of.
A little bit. It starts out that way.
It starts out that way, but then it goes more into like being...
It gets like grows and like gets bigger or something. Yeah,
the black arm that's on the thing. So I'm excited to see it. I probably put, so at excitement level 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Did you already say that?
What you got?
I'd probably put it at like a 7.5.
I give it like an 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
For sure.
Awesome.
Cool stuff, man.
Moving on. Next film, a film that we've kind of talked a little bit about, so we're not going to spend too much time on this, but this one is Power Rangers.
Go Power Rangers!
Bam, bam, bam. So this is a group of high school kids who are infused with unique superpowers, harness their abilities in order to save the world. I love the idea that they would put unique superpowers, since this is like derivative of like 30 different Power Rangers series.
I know, for real.
Yeah, but this is directed by Dean Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
It stars a bunch of different people. So, and most of them I don't honestly know. So I'm not going to go through and list all the different names. I think this is something we've actually talked a lot about. But I will ask this, Matt, has any of the new trailers, any of the new information, maybe the other films that are coming out around the same time, has this added to your excitement or displeasure in this film?
When I saw the first trailer, I was relatively excited about it, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Everything that's come out since then, typically when more stuff comes out with a property like this, that's heavy on visual effects, and a property that's already well known, I'm expecting the following releases and marketing to diminish my excitement for it.
Yeah.
It hasn't necessarily made me any more excited, but it hasn't diminished it at all.
Agreed.
So I still feel pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks like it has that a little bit more of a modern update. It's definitely going for that demographic of people that grew up with the Power Rangers. It's going for like a new generation.
Yeah.
I hate saying this, but it's kind of like trying to do what The Force Awakens did with Star Wars, to like make, to basically redo a bunch of the same stuff that they did, but also, usher in these new characters and this new cool stylistic thing to a new generation of people,
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm excited about it. I'm the I don't know, 10-year-old in me is pretty pumped.
I agree with you there. So I'm approaching this. I made the joke of this is like the Mighty Morphin Michael Bangers.
Yeah.
I'm approaching this similarly like I did for the first Michael Bay Transformers movie, which was probably the best of the series. I think most people can agree with that. It looks like it's going to be at least decent, kind of interesting, kind of standard, straightforward action, a little bit of comedy,
like fun in a good kind of way,
right? Yeah, and I think as long as they don't get too cheesy with the jokes, as long as they don't get too over the top with the silliness, and they're like, okay, whereas the second Transformers had some of the worst comedy, really bad acting, over the top acting. Where if they stay a bit, I know this sounds strange, but if they stay a bit grounded with this and don't try and go too far, then I'll probably get at least a little bit of enjoyment.
If they can make their alien robots seem a bit more realistic.
Yeah, I mean, I want to feel like I could see these robots walking down the street.
Yeah.
As my official critic voice there. Yeah. So I'm a little bit excited for it some ways. I think I agree with what you're saying as well. The recent trailers have not done anything to make me feel better or worse. I think if anything, it's helped me get a better sense of what overall to expect
for sure.
from the film. So
for sure. What's your excitement level?
I'd say I put this at a 7 out of maybe 6.5 out of 10.
Okay. I'll go 7.
7. Yeah. Okay. That's
good
for
sure.
Cool. So we got one more film. Actually, we have 2 more films, but I think we could probably talk about these kind of mutually at the same time because they're both comedies. They're different types of comedies very much. One is more of a dramatic comedy. One's more of just a straight-laced action R comedy. So we have the movie Chips, and then we also have the movie Wilson. The synopsis for Chips is the adventures of 2 California Highway Patrol motorcycle officers as they make their rounds on the freeways of Los Angeles. It's directed by Dax Shepard and also stars Dax Shepard as well as Michael Pena and Jessica McNamee. Got the name wrong.
You're so good with the names, Joel.
I'm so great today. So, and then the other side of things, we have Wilson, and this is a film that I would just say is a Woody Harrelson type film.
Yeah.
It's basically this story of a lonely, neurotic, hilariously honest middle-aged man reuniting with his estranged wife and meets his teenage daughter for the first time. It is I would call like an indie comedy type thing. I believe it's also based upon a graphic novel that they've turned into this story. But I liked the previews for it. I thought it looked pretty funny. So 2 ends of the spectrum, you kind of have the adult R-rated fair comedy, and then you have Wilson, which is also an R-rated comedy, but it's more on the dramatic kind of indie type. It's not going to have a ton of, I would imagine, really gross out type humor and like, sex and toilets and things like that. So what are your excitement levels for each?
Okay.
Or thoughts?
Okay, so Wilson, Woody Harrelson, I think works really well in comedies.
For sure.
And
you kind of laugh at him just when you look at him sometimes.
Right.
And the faces
so
makes.
he's funny, but he's also a really he can be a very menacing guy too, if he needs to be. But I think he's good in like the comedic roles. I mean, even in the Hunger Games, he had some of the comedic moments. Mm-hmm. But Wilson, I will say I'm looking forward to that decently. I'm not super excited, but I'm looking forward to it. A little bit. If I had to give it a number, which I don't really have a lot to say about at the moment, but I would just throw maybe a 6.5 out there.
Cool.
And just to hit on Chips, because I am like not looking forward to Chips at all. I would give it a 0 anticipation level, like between 0 and 10. I would give it a 0, but I'm going to give it a 0.5.
Okay.
Because I love Dax Shepard and I love Michael Pena.
Okay.
Trailers are terrible. And I think the humor looks terrible. I think I feel like, and I'm bummed out that this is Dax Shepard's writing and starring and directing and role.
Yeah.
Because I love him. And he was in Parenthood. He was so good in Parenthood. I love Parenthood. And he was, one of my favorite characters on the show. But, man, it's just this like bunch of bathroom and crude humor, and just like I didn't laugh. Like I giggled maybe like one time, and it was...
Yeah, I think the scene where he's like obviously incapacitated and he's taking him in the bathroom, and the whole exchange was kind of funny.
I was like,
Yeah, I feel like Chips, obviously it's from the show, which the famous show Chips back from the 1970s. I never really watched the show, but it was pretty popular at the time.
Right.
It feels like kind of a bro kind of comedy.
Sure.
It's like if you're like, yeah, bro, let's go see a movie. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go see. Like that's this kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably have a lot of toilet humor, a lot of like sex jokes and things like that. I imagine there's probably going to be at least 3 guys who gets kicked in the crotch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. So it doesn't look great. I like you said, I think I laughed. I maybe chuckled one time for it. And it also looks like they're kind of preventing any reviews from happening on it. So embargoed, so it looks like a bad sign.
Michael Pena was actually my favorite part of Ant-Man too. So
yeah, he's a great actor. I like Dax Shepard's in a lot of things too. I just, it doesn't look like it's firing on all cylinders it needs to in order to get really
I'm just
super excited.
Not into it.
Yes, on the other side of things, for me, Wilson, I'm more excited about this because I think Woody Harrelson in this film plays a really funny character. I also think his back and forth with Laura Dern, who's in the film, who's his estranged ex-wife, I think that looks really funny, and just kind of some of the interactions. It seems very like this irreverent type thing where he's kind of this awkward guy that just says these ridiculously things. He's very unself-aware. Mm-hmm. So I can appreciate that, and I think Woody Harrelson a lot of times is a highlight in a lot of movies that I see him in. So I am looking forward to it. I am looking forward to a little bit more so than probably Power Rangers. So if I had to put both of these movies on a scale 1 to 10, so I would say with Wilson, I'm probably at more like a 7.8. 8 almost for Wilson. Chips, I'm probably like a 4 out of 10.
Okay. Gosh. I have 0 excitement for Chips. 0.5, I should say.
0.5. Awesome. So you're saying there's a chance.
Exactly.
Very awesome, Matt. So that's going to wrap things up then I know this is a quick one, but that's kind of, we just wanted to get in those really quick for everybody that's going out in this weekend. Hopefully you found some of this helpful, and we love providing these coming soon. I think the awesome thing about this is the movies are coming out. This is a great thing to listen to, and you can find out what maybe movie you do or do not want to go see.
Right.
Hopefully we can provide that kind of a suggestion for you. So if you found this helpful, if you liked anything about it, if you want to find out more information or run some questions by us, definitely feel free to email us. Our email address is realreviewmedia@gmail.com. You can also check us out on the social mediaverse, which is facebook.com/realreviewmedia. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, both of those Real Review Media. And you can also check out our website, which is realreviewmedia.com, where we have a newsletter and we're always posting tons of really awesome content.
Yep.
Yeah. So anything more, Matt?
No, that's it, man.
All right. Well, then, it's been real.
It's been real.